The Voice of Climbers.
Un saluto a tutti gli ascoltatori, a tutte le ascoltatrici e a soprattutto chi ci segue attraverso il nostro canale YouTube e potrà gustarsi al meglio le interviste di questo appuntamento di Voice of Climbers. Io sono Pandi, tornato da una settimana, anzi molto meno di una settimana, dal Valle Orco Climbing Festival 2024, un'edizione ricca di ospiti e ricca anche di grandi appuntamenti curati da atleti di altissimo livello che gli sponsor proprio di questa manifestazione hanno invitato e gli organizzatori hanno subito coinvolto al meglio. Quindi, che dire, andiamo a fare una carrellata sentendo un po' cosa ci hanno risposto a delle domande che abbiamo preparato proprio per questa occasione.
First of all, trad or bouldering?
Trad.
I don't have the correct answer. I love trad, but I really like bouldering, and that's a really recent thing. I used to really look down at bouldering, but being a parent is quite tempting to have a go because it's really much more convenient for children, and it's really fun too.
For sure trad, even though I spend most of my time bouldering.
Definitely trad.
Trad, definitely.
I would say I prefer trad climbing.
It's been bouldering for a long time, but I'm entering my trad era, I think. I've just done my first few trad on-sighting sessions in the last month. So I'm getting into it and honoring my British heritage.
Trad. Is it your first time at the Valle Orco Climbing Festival?
It's my first time at the Valle Orco Climbing Festival, yes.
Yes, it's my first time at the festival.
It's my first time at the Valle Orco Climbing Festival, but it's not my first time in the valley. I was here for a few days earlier in the year when I did 29 dots, and Caroline's been trying green spit for a little while now, so I've often been here to support her on that, mainly to look after the children while she's trying it.
Yeah, it's my first time here.
No, it's not my first time. I have been here 3 times, I think, and I absolutely love it.
It is the second time at the festival, and I've also been to Valle Orco many times in the past trad climbing.
It's actually my 3rd time now, so I feel like a local. Yeah, I love it here. Every time it's just the most welcoming and fun place ever. So yeah, I'm happy to be back.
It's my 2nd time here. What do you like most about the event?
The party? No. The people, I would say. The people. Everyone is super kind and friendly and relaxed and laid back. Yeah.
As far as I know, in Europe, it's the only festival that is really focused on trad climbing. So you get a bit of a different crowd. Trad climbers, they choose climbing for a slightly different reason than sport climbers or boulders.
What I like most about this event is what I like about all climbing events. It brings people together from all around Europe, all around the world, and just puts us in a really beautiful place and allows and enables everybody to have a great time together.
I think I like this really sociable. There's lots of people and it's really relaxed.
I think that was the question was, what do you like the most about the festival? And do you know what? I think it's actually just the energy of all the people that come together, and you've got people that are passionate about the mountains and climbing, and everyone comes together. That's what's so brilliant about it.
The event, I think, has loads of different aspects. It's really good, obviously a really good gathering of people. There's lots of workshops on, and then there's a good party in the evenings. So I think everything combined, all climbers getting together, it's just really, really good atmosphere.
I think the best thing about the event is the balance that it has. You can climb really hard, or you can party really hard, or you can do both. There's just people everywhere to talk to. It's just, everything happens at once.
I like the most about the event that you can do everything here. So everybody can do what they want. They can go trad climbing, bouldering, or sport climbing. So this valley has everything, and I think this is great. And I really like that in the evenings people coming together and having a good time. It's always a good party and lots of fun.
Do you believe in aliens?
Since this festival, I start to believe in aliens, yes.
I guess statistically, they should exist. There's no way they're going to have 2 eyes, and but statistically, scientifically speaking, they should exist somewhere.
I don't know whether I would call them aliens, but I definitely believe there is something out there above and beyond what we can understand. and one day I'd love to meet them.
I think there's always the potential of something out there. Yeah.
Do I believe in aliens? That's the first time I've ever had that question. Do I believe in aliens? I think I do. Yeah, I think I do.
There's definitely some form of other life out there. The universe is massive, isn't it? We're not the only people.
Yeah, I'd say I believe in aliens. I've got no proof, but I'll believe in them.
In aliens, not really.
Pasta or pizza?
Pizza!
Pizza.
Definitely pizza.
Or pizza.
Always pasta.
Pizza.
Pasta, I think. More variety for me. More, yeah, like I like to cook, and pizza, my roommate always cooks and we have pizza, and I always cook if we do pasta, so I think pasta.
Pizza.
E come avrete potuto vedere, 8 dei 10 atleti, 2 non siamo riusciti a intercettarli perché erano perennemente impegnati, però ricordiamo e menzioniamo anche la presenza di Andrea Lanfri, anche lui portato dal team Vibram, e anche di Eva Hemmelmüller, che anche lei appunto del team Vibram non siamo riusciti a intercettare, scusateci. Ne approfitto per ringraziare anche Silvia Rialdi, che mi ha dato una gran mano soprattutto con l'inglese in queste interviste, che adesso andiamo un po' a farvi gustare al meglio per farvi conoscere chi sono questi personaggi. Direi che possiamo iniziare con Siebe Van He, quindi sentiamo chi è Siebe Van He.
We are here with Siebe Van He, professional rock climber from Belgium, specialized in on-site free climbing, especially extremely technical build wall or multi-pitch climbs. Recently, we've seen him on his multiple attempts of the down wall and climbing on the Torres del Paine, where he free climbed the legendary route Riders on the Storm, together with Nico Favres, Sean Villanueva and Drew Smith. So, Siebe, what's the topic of your workshop here at the Valle Orco Climbing Festival?
It was a masterclass in crack climbing, so we went through all the crack climbing techniques and hand jamming, finger lock, off-wits, all that kind of stuff. It was really fun. Yeah.
Some more personal questions concerning the down wall.
Okay.
Was the route as you expected it?
It was a lot harder. So yeah, it is definitely, the first year we tried it, I was a bit surprised about how the grades are really stiff. And it's nothing compared to anything we have here in Europe, multi-pitch wise. Yeah.
What are the most challenging sections of the route?
Of course, the crux. The crux pitch is the most challenging section. It's like a 9A, 14 meters traverse with 3 different boulders, really hard. Another challenging section is for sure the pitch 10 is a very long endurance 8B+. And then the molar traverse is an 8C. And I think what's really challenging about that is that you're climbing on bird beaks, protected by like pitons, you know, that you hammer in, and you make quite big falls sometimes. So yeah, it's all on natural protection, these pitches, so that's challenging.
Are you scared?
In the beginning, most of the time I'm a bit like not at ease, and then after a while, after a few falls, yeah, it's fine. But in the beginning, I might say sometimes I'm scared. Yeah.
Will you return on El Cap soon?
Not soon, but in the future, yes. Yeah.
Can you tell us something about the other route, Riders on the Storm? How was the route?
Whoa, nice. Riders on the Storm I tried in the beginning of 2023, first with Jacopo Larcher, Brett Harrington, and Chris, a camera guy that came with us. And then I went back because we didn't succeed that year, and I went back with Nico and Sean and Drew Smith, and then we did it. So it took us 18 days to reach the summit and free climb everything. It was exciting.
How's to be 18 days on a multi-pitch route with Sean Villanueva and Nico Favres?
Not nice, but they're good climbing partners. So no, it's super fun. It's really cool. It's very easy. We have like the same objectives, the same way of doing things, and it's really just good fun.
Did they oblige you to sing?
This time I did sing a little bit, and we had like below our portage camp, we had like a little terrace that we used to go and do our thing, you know, you have to do sometimes. I go to the toilet, but I also had like a little place where I could dance. So while they were like playing music, I was like dancing really hard. You know? That's really what I like the most.
Do you have any project here in the Valle Orco?
Yes, the name of the project is in Italian, and I'm gonna try. It's Conosci il tuo gatto.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it's like it's a variation of Rolando Larcher route. Conosci ti stesso.
Ah, conosci te stesso.
That one, and it's a variation straight, protected by one bird beak. Really big run out. So yeah, I found a really nice project here. Yeah.
Okay. And what are your next projects outside the valley?
Outside of here, Valle Orco, I will go and sport climb, get strong. I'll probably do a lot of sport climbing this winter, and then have some other multi-pitch projects in the spring. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So good luck. Thank you very much, Zive.
Thank you.
And good luck for your project Conosci il tuo gatto.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks.
Uno davvero di livello, anche molto simpatico Sibe, che come avete potuto intuire ha molto apprezzato anche l'ambiente, diciamo, ludico e di divertimento che c'era al Valle Orco Climbing Festival, ma anche nelle sue scalate con Sean Villeneuve, Nico Favresse e compagnia che ci ha appena raccontato. Continuiamo con un altro atleta del team La Sportiva, ospite più volte qua su Climbing Radio e su Voice of Climbers, quindi sentiamo l'intervista a Ciavaldini.
So we are here with Koline Ciavaldini, a climber who needs no introduction. She's a professional rock climber and a mom, an inspiration for other women and all female climbers. She's still pushing her limits in climbing, and as demonstrated by her recent repetition of the trad route Le Voyage in Anot. First of all, Koline, what's the topic of your workshop here at the Valle Orco Climbing Festival?
So my workshop is about an introduction to trad climbing. I guess I decided obviously to teach the technical parts, so how to place gear, how to manage the rope, what material to buy, but I really wanted to insist on the reality that trad climbing is the choice of going towards risk, and just going to risk blindly, always hoping for the best, is not the right approach to trad climbing. It's like taking responsibility for your own life, and actually this is what's so interesting about trad climbing.
Some more additional questions.
After the alien one?
Yeah. We know that you were trying green speed here in the Orco Valley. Why did you choose this particular route?
Because she's inspired. It's so proud. Actually, I think the stupidity of Tom inspired me. No, I think it's actually. I'm not gonna say I was inspired by Tom. He would be way too happy. I think I wanted to test something different because I've done a lot of competitions. I've done a lot of adventure climbing, multi-pitch, sport, bouldering, and crack climbing. I was a baby. I had no idea how to do it, and obviously green speed is a super difficult one. So obviously it's ballsy to go for a super difficult one as like your first crack route. But I'm okay with failure. So worst case, I don't do it. That's fine.
Okay. How did you feel during your attempts?
I haven't really started the attempts. I went 2 days in May and I tore my hamstring. So that was a bit of a, I guess, call back to reality that I'm 39 and and some movements I have to be a bit more cautious than before. No. I just think I was unlucky. And I've gone this week for, let's say, 2 sessions. So I'm really a baby. Despite building a crack machine, I sent a message to Tom asking for how to build a crack machine. He basically told me it was easy, so I figured it out myself. No, I'm joking. But I think having a crack machine in my garden is like, it's my mom approach to working green speeds. I don't have the possibility to go there very often. How do I bring green speed to my garden?
So Tom Randall is really helping you with the training, right?
A little bit. But I'm training with Lattice, and obviously Lattice is partly Tom. So between Tom, Maddie, and everybody there, yes, they're definitely helping me. But at some point, I need to actually put the hours in the route. So I'm taking it easy. That was really my learning of Le Voyage. If you want to project while being a parent, like right now, for example, Zoli's been really sick this night, and normally I'm hoping to go in grid speed this afternoon, but maybe she will decide otherwise. And if I get frustrated because of that, I make my life and her life terrible for no reason. So my approach is to have no time constraint. It's going to take whatever time it will take. If I am bored of it, it's okay too. And if I'm really motivated, then I'll go, because I'll be ready to steal some time from my children for the route, which is, yeah, you could say selfish, but something I like to do.
Okay, so thank you very much, Caro. Do you have anything to say to the guests here at the Valle Orco Climbing Festival?
I would say congratulations. It's quite courageous to organize a trad festival. Obviously, you're never sheltered from the possibility of accident with trad climbing, and I guess this is why there aren't that many trad festivals so far in Europe. So I think they are kind of pushing us to just hope for the best and be okay with other possibilities too. But yeah, it puts together a lot of people that I hadn't seen for a while, so that's really cool.
So thank you very much, Caro, and have a nice festival.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good luck with all of your millions of interviews that you have to do. But I thought you did a really good job with the Val di Melo one.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
E Caroline, come anche poi James, che sentiremo subito dopo, è sempre impegnata anche, come avete sentito, a fare la mamma, ed è giusto così, perché hanno due bambini stupendi che partecipano anche alle interviste, come potrete apprezzare. Direi quindi sentiamo appunto il compagno di vita, di scalata e padre dei figli di Caroline Ciavaldini, James Pearson.
So we are here with James Pearson, professional rock climber from the UK. He's one of the most accomplished trad climbers in the world, a true reference for this discipline. He made the first ascent of Bon Voyage in a knot, one of the hardest trad routes in the world. Earlier this year, he repeated Immortal, another extremely bold trad line in the UK. And recently he also made the second ascent of Echo Wall on Ben Nevis in Scotland. Hi James, first of all, what's the topic of your workshop?
Yeah, so this morning I did a workshop on highballing. Technically we called it pad placement and danger management because it was less scary for people to sign up to. But in the end it involved people climbing some pretty big highballs. What was interesting though is that we started out with the most basic things about how you can understand where the dangers might come from, how you can manage those dangers, and how we're working together as a team. You can create an environment that feels safe enough that people can really feel comfortable pushing themselves. And it worked. No broken bones.
Well, in your opinion, what's the most important suggestion for climbing a high ball?
If I could give one piece of advice for climbing high balls, it's don't be afraid to turn back. It's very easy to lure yourself into this trap of I'm on the rock, the only way is up. When things start to go wrong, there's no shame in turning back and climbing down and jumping off from a safe height. It's much better to do that and to come back later on in the day with another try and maybe get to the top, or even another day or another week or another month. The rock will still be there, but if you fall off and break your legs or worse, then yeah, everything becomes very complicated.
Did you learn this from your experience on 29 dots?
I had this reinforced by my experience on 29 dots. Technically, I already knew it, but sometimes it's really hard to follow even your own advice. And on 29 dots, I found myself completely in that trap of believing all I had to do was climb to the top. I really wish I could have made a good decision and come back another day. And I think I would have had the chance to have a really enjoyable, memorable experience, well, for all the right moments, for all the right reasons. But as it was, I had a very memorable experience for all the wrong reasons on 29 dots.
Would you like to tell us something more about the two lines, Immortal and Echo Wall?
Yes, I would. I mean, the two lines couldn't be more different. You have one of them that's basically a boulder problem in a really stupid place, and the other is a complete marathon of a route up in the mountains. One of them's really easy to access and is over in a few minutes of climbing. The other one takes perhaps 3 hours to arrive even at the base of the wall and 1 hour to climb. So the two routes themselves are very, very different, but they're both quite dangerous routes. They both take quite a lot of commitment, although Echo Wall is significantly harder than Immortal.
Why did you choose to climb these two routes specifically?
I chose to climb these two routes because they were really obvious projects that had been established by other great trad climbers in the UK. And after climbing Bon Voyage and finishing my long-term project, I felt like it was a great moment to go and experience some other people's routes and to see what they were all about.
Can you describe what are the main difficulties of each route, Immortal and Echo Wall?
So both routes, Immortal and Echo Wall, they couldn't be more different. And it's going to take me a long time to describe the specific elements of each of them. But there is one thing that links both routes together, and actually it links a lot of trad routes. And I think it's, for me, the essence of trad climbing. And that's deciding when the moment is right to take that risk. Both routes, you find yourself in a fairly comfortable position. On Immortal, you have a complete hands-off rest before starting a dangerous boulder problem. On Echo Wall, the first part of the route is relatively safe, even though it's very difficult. You have a very good rest, and then that leads to a slightly worse rest where you could still escape if you wanted to. And in both routes, if you commit to the boulder problem in question, you're either going to the top or probably going quite quickly to the ground. And so this is the moment that defines both of those routes. It's really interesting that, especially with Echo Wall, an experience that might take half an hour, 45 minutes to climb, really comes down to a 5-second decision. Do I feel good enough? Am I ready to go? If the answer is yes, the only way is to the top. And if the answer is no, then there's usually a way to get yourself out. But it's important not to mix up those signals and really make a good decision.
Last question, do you have any projects outside the Valle Orco Valley?
This is actually the first time in several years that I don't have a specific project. Okay, Zozo, I'm coming, 1 second. After finishing Bon Voyage, and then I set my sights onto Echo Wall, and I thought that would take me several years, if ever. And I actually climbed it a lot quicker than I'd planned. So now my calendar is empty, which is good because I really need to give some time back to Caroline, because she's been the most supportive partner, climbing partner, life partner that I could ever wish for. So now it's daddy daycare duty, and Caroline is, as we speak, trained Greenspit. So
okay.
Good luck to her.
Yeah, good luck to Caroline. Thank you very much, James.
Thanks for the questions. They're always really, really great.
Thank you. And have a nice festival.
Everybody, I wish you the best at the festival, and yeah, just have a great time.
E dopo aver sentito questa coppia, lasciamo il team di Atleti La Sportiva e ci spostiamo con Wild Country a conoscere un po' meglio i Wild Boys, e quindi nell'ordine Tom Randall e Pete Whittaker.
We are here with Tom Randall. He's a regular guest of Valle Orco Climbing Festival, having participated since the first edition. He's from the UK and he's an undisputed master of trad and crack climbing. Together with Pete Whittaker, he forms the White Boys team, traveling around the world to find the craziest cracks to climb. Recently, he entered the world of training, setting up the Lattice Training Project. So, Tom, you will hold a workshop here. What's the topic of your workshop?
So the workshop is all about crack climbing. So it's everything of this sort of shape, and you put your hand or your knee or your fist or your foot in the crack, and we teach you how to do that.
Hai dei progetti qui in Valle dell'Orco?
Oh, are there any projects? There's always more projects. I do know of one that I want to try on this trip, and it's a little bit further down the valley near to Nawaska, and hopefully I have some time to try it.
Adrenaline or training? What drives you more during your crack climbs?
Adrenaline or training? I'm going to actually give an answer which is neither.
Okay.
I'm not particularly driven by adrenaline, and I'm not driven by training as such. What I'm driven by is focus. So I really like focusing on a very specific thing, like 100% concentrating on something. That's what I really like.
Do you think that trad climbing is becoming famous between the younger climbers more than in the past? Why?
I think that trad climbing is changing globally depending on the location. So for me, areas where the trad climbing is a little steeper and the rock is more predictable and a bit safer, I think actually trad climbing is moving forwards. But in areas where it's more old school, technical, boulder, I actually think maybe it's staying the same or getting less.
Do you think that the mindset of bouldering and trad climbing are similar or are completely different?
I think the mindset between bouldering and trad climbing is very, very different. There are some similarities, but if there was a lot of similarity, you would see a lot of the best boulderers in the world being the best trad climbers, or best trad climbers being best boulderers, and it's not. So I think it's very different.
We told about your project here in Valle dell'Orco. What outside Valle dell'Orco are expecting you?
So outside Valle dell'Orco, I have a trip to the USA, to Utah, to the desert this November and December. So some more crack projects. I'd like to go and try and finish off something called Stranger Than Fiction that I was trying last year and got quite close to. So that's the main thing for the rest of this year.
You are the current start of trad climbing in the world. Which will be the next, according to your knowledge of young climbers?
Okay, so if I had to put my money on the next young person coming through, I think it's probably Connor Herson. So a young guy from the USA. He's repeated many of the hardest crack climbs in the world now and established some first ascents, and he's very, very good at sport climbing as well. So I would say him.
Thank you very much, Tom.
No problem.
See you.
See ya.
So we are here with Pete Whittaker. He's a British rock climber, a member of the White Boys team, and specialized in crack and trad climbing. Recently, he has made the first ascent of the mirror wall in Greenland. So we know that you have done a workshop during this festival. What's the topic of your workshop?
So the topic of the workshop that I've done at the festival is a crack climbing workshop, and that's where we teach participants everything from ring lock technique all the way up to hand fist stack and off-whipping technique.
Do you have any projects here in the valley?
I don't have any projects in the valley at the moment, but I am off out climbing now, so you never know, maybe I'll find some, or maybe I'll just have a little potter around.
Adrenaline or training? What drives you more during your crack climbs?
Training, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us something about your last expedition in Greenland?
The last expedition in Greenland was a great expedition. We made a first ascent up the centre of the mirror wall, and we spent 18 days on the wall and 17 nights.
And what about your climbing partners?
My climbing partners were fantastic. They were great in every way, put in amazing leads. It was Sean Villanueva O'Driscoll, Sean Warren, an aid climber from the UK, and Julia Cassou, who is a French climber photographer.
Final question, do you have projects outside the valley, Orco Valley?
I always have projects in mind. At the moment, I'm just like decompressing a little bit after the expedition, and then when I get psyched again, then I'll look forward to the projects.
Okay, thank you very much, Pete. Have a great festival.
Thank you very much.
E prima di proporvi l'intervista di Emma Twyford, l'atleta che ha portato Patagonia al Valle Orco Climbing Festival, un'atleta che ricordo è stata la prima a fare il primo 9A britannico femminile, e lì dopo averci appunto rilasciato l'intervista si è divertita sui boulder, e magari Gillo troverà il modo di farci vedere anche le immagini di questo suo primo approccio in Valle dell'Orco. che è stato ovviamente flash, ma volevo dire, prima appunto di presentarvi la sua intervista, volevo fare una menzione particolare ai ragazzi e allo staff Patagonia che ha portato il loro bellissimo set per riparazioni, questa casa mobile con tutte le macchine da cucire e tutte le attrezzature giuste per riparare i nostri capi d'abbigliamento, ma ho visto anche qualche zaino, qualche sacco a pelo portato lì, perché proprio in maniera totalmente gratuita, quindi bastava avere la pazienza di presentarsi da loro e poi avere la pazienza di attendere quando la riparazione era stata ultimata. Qualsiasi fosse il brand, hanno riparato davvero tanti capi, io ne ho beneficiato, quindi li ringrazio davvero tanto. E adesso Emma Twyford.
So we are here with Emma Twyford. For those who might not know her, she's a British rock climber. She calls herself a jack of all trades, mixing between bouldering, sport trad and alpine climbing. She's also one of the few female route setters in the UK. Together with Evie Cotruglia, she set up Creative Climbing, a team of 2 female route setters aiming at involving more ladies into the industry. So first of all, Emma, we know that you held a workshop during the festival. What's the topic of your workshop?
The topic of my workshop was trust your gear. So I had some people who've never tried climb before and teaching them how to place gear, what it should look like. And then for some people who are more experienced, actually like starting to take falls on and sit on the gear and like take some baby falls onto it. So just building up practice.
Do you have any projects here in the Orco Valley?
No, because this is my first time.
Maybe you'll check them later on the guidebook.
Right? Maybe, yeah.
Last question. How can women improve route setting?
Just by more women doing it and getting into the industry. I think it's the confidence to just get out there and give it a go and do it. And we're creative beings, so it's just getting used to it and being good role models and getting more women into it.
Can you tell something more about creative climbing?
So we tend to just do women's only workshops at the moment. It's run by 2 women. Evie is a head setter for 5 climbing walls in London, and she was probably one of the first female head setters in the UK, if not the first.
Okay, so good luck with the creative climbing.
Thank you.
And enjoy the festival.
Thank you. Bye.
Passiamo ora agli atleti del team Vibram e iniziamo con un ospite che qui su Voice of Climber abbiamo avuto modo già di sentire e siamo sicuri di sentire ancora in futuro, però iniziamo subito con Babsi e il suo intervento qui dal Valle Orco Climbing Festival.
We are here with Barbara Zanger, a climber who needs no presentations. She's one of the strongest rock climbers in the world, specialized in trad, multi-pitch and big wall climbing. The free ascent of Eternal Flame with Jacopo Larker and Meltdown are 2 of her most impressive achievements in climbing. Recently, she has made the first female ascent of 7 Direction in Vatican. She loves to be 100% focused. First of all, Barbara, you have made workshop during the festival. What was the topic of the workshop?
We did a big wall workshop. So the topic was how to set up a portalage, how to tumor up a wall, and that was the main topic.
Do you have any projects here in the valley?
Not really. There is one sector, it's called Diamante, where I never climbed before, so I really want to go there to check the routes out there. But I spent lots of time here 2 years ago, so I know many routes already, and I don't have a special project here at the moment.
Concerning your recent ascents in Vatican, what inspired you to choose the routes The Gift and 7th Direction?
We only choose The Gift. Gift was our main goal for the summer because we climbed on the route 3 years ago already. So we spent 1 day on the route, and I think it's a really cool line. You climb very overhanging part of this wall. It's super technical, the first part, and the crux pitch is more athletic, so it's a hard crux pitch in the middle. And I just had the feeling it's around the corner, close to home. We could go there by bike, and so it was the perfect project for the summer. And then after we did it, the seventh direction is the neighbor route of it, and it's completely different style. It's super overhanging, so you're always like climbing almost in a roof. And there are many hard pitches on seventh direction, so it's a bit a different style. And after we climbed the gift, it was the closest next project, so we just decided to try it out.
Recently, you have written on your social media that you like to be 100% focused. How do you stay 100% focused on such climbs, such hard climbs?
The thing is, you need to be 100% focused, otherwise you can't climb. And when you are on a big wall and it's really exposed, and you feel a bit scared about long runouts and also bad placements, then it's the only option to be fully focused, to concentrate on climbing. Otherwise, you will not succeed and you will not feel well on the wall. So it's the only way to experience such a climb, I think. And it's the good thing about climbing. When you are in the movement, you often forget about everything what is around you, and I really like that feeling.
Okay. Do you think these climbs are worth claiming the first female ascent?
This is hard to say because I was the only woman trying it, so I don't think it's something special. If other women would have tried it, maybe they would have climbed it before me. So for me, it's not something special that I'm the first woman.
Okay.
Climbing this.
Are you proud of have climbed the route anyway?
Yes, yeah. Like at the beginning, I couldn't do the single moves, and when you complete the whole puzzle, I am always proud that it works out, and I love the process of such a big project, and it's always nice when it comes together and when it's possible for yourself. That's the best thing about climbing.
Last questions. Do you have any other project outside Valle Orco?
Yes, next week we will go back to Yosemite and for trad climbing and big wall climbing. So I really want to go back to try Magic Line. It's a single pitch in Yosemite Valley, and that's the next goal. Okay. But I'm also psyched to climb some easy routes and just enjoy climbing.
Okay, thank you very much, Barbara, and good luck for your next trip.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
E come si dice, last but not least, anche se abbiamo lasciato alla fine l'intervento di Hamish McCarthy, lui il più giovane degli atleti, diciamo, di altissimo livello che sono stati ospiti e partecipi al Valle Orco Climbing Festival. Lui fresco dalle Olimpiadi, sentiamo cosa ci ha raccontato.
Hamish is a young British rock climber and athlete. He competes at the international level, achieving remarkable results. He won a bronze medal at the World Championship in Moscow in 2021 and competed at the Paris 24 Olympic Games, finishing in 5th position. Hi Hamish, first of all, do you have any projects here in the Valle Orco?
I've got no projects here currently. At the moment, it's like whatever they have on the bouldering sheet. When I get here, I try. I'd like to do some more trad here and big wall stuff.
You were a part of the British Olympic team. What stands out from this experience?
It was a crazy experience, first of all. The thing that stands out most, I think, is just the amount of people that are invested in the Olympics, how big it is. Obviously, I knew it was big going into it, but there was something like 45,000 volunteers at the Olympic Games, which is just crazy. And to see it all working smoothly and all the organization to just run so smoothly, as someone who's terrible at organizing things, it kind of blew me away just to see how big the whole thing was.
And would you define yourself more as an indoor or a rock climber? Which of these two do you prefer?
At the moment, I think I'm preferring the rock climbing. I've done a lot of indoor climbing in my life and not that much rock climbing compared to the amount of indoor climbing I've done. But I've not climbed indoors since the Olympics, really. So I'm in my transition phase again to trad climber and to full-time rock climber at the moment. So I'm testing the waters to see if I like that, and then I'll run back to the gyms if I get scared.
Do you have any project outside the Orco Valley?
Currently, nothing. I've got hundreds of projects, I guess. I've not got one project that I'm trying to get done at the moment. My whole approach to climbing is based around not having a project, because up to now it's like all I've done is tried to do one single thing, whether that be in competing or hard climbing outdoors. So at the moment I'm trying to just focus on enjoying the whole experience and not getting sucked into projecting something.
Okay, thank you very much, Hamish.
Of course, thank you.
Bye.
E con Hamish McCarthy concludiamo questo, spero, piacevole, multiplo appuntamento con i campioni e direttamente con le loro voci. Ringrazio nuovamente Silvia che mi ha aiutato durante la raccolta di queste interviste in questi 4 giorni di Valle Orco Climbing Festival. Ringrazio gli organizzatori, gli sponsor che hanno coinvolto questi atleti e che ci hanno dato l'opportunità appunto di conoscerli ancora meglio. Ringrazio anche voi che ci avete seguito fino alla fine e non so se ve lo prometto, vediamo un po' se Gillo deciderà di farlo, magari per ognuno di questi atleti faremo una piccola pillola che presenteremo sul nostro canale YouTube, quindi se ancora non l'avete fatto attivate le notifiche, così ogni nuova proposta di Climbing Radio vi arriverà immediatamente sul vostro dispositivo e potrete vedere subito che cosa abbiamo da raccontarvi. Appuntamento quindi alle prossime interviste oppure agli altri programmi con cui ho il piacere di farvi compagnia qui su Climbing Radio. Ciao ciao!
The Voice of Climbers.